Hi, this is Josh and Megan from Aldi Reviewer, and here we are talking about the Crane Fitness Complete Yoga Toning Kit. It is an Aldi find, which means you can only find it in stores for a limited time. Once it's gone, it's gone. This particular set that we purchased was $24.99 for the set of four. Megan's going to talk a little bit about this set. So, Megan, kind of talk a little bit about what comes with this thing.
First of all, I do want to say that there were two different colors that you could get this in. You could get it in this blue with the white designs on it. Then you could also get one that was just plain purple. So if you have a color preference there. And it comes with two yoga blocks, a stretch band, and the yoga mat. And going into the yoga mat, it's okay. I prefer the other yoga mat that I have from Aldi that we bought a while back, about a year ago. This one is a lot thinner than that one, and it slides on the floor a lot. And that's one thing I found, that when I try and do different stretches and exercises, it will slide around. So I prefer the other one more.
So this one doesn't stay put the way you'd liked it
No.
to. It slides around more.
No,
And it's
especially if you're doing more advanced
and it's
stuff.
not as thick. I can see that. You come down here and look at it. It is, oh goodness, I don't know. There's not a lot there. So I don't know that you get a ton of padding compared to the more dedicated mat that we've got that's probably twice as thick.
And another complaint that I had is that when you're doing different stretches and things where you are flexing your foot, so it's just your heel on the ground, it digs into your heel, and so it's not comfortable. And then also, if you have stuff where you're just on your knee, that also is not the greatest.
So anytime that you're digging in is going to be not ideal, right?
Yeah, I didn't ever have that problem with the other mat.
So let's talk then about the other two components. I mean, it's a four-piece set, but I guess technically there's sort of three. You've got the mat, you've got the stretch band, and then you've got the two blocks, right?
Yes.
So talk about the stretch band a little bit. What are your thoughts on that?
So I have, ever since I started stretching, have wanted to own a stretch band. It's extremely useful for doing things to stretch your back. And it has a bunch of loops where you can hook your feet and do different tricks. And it's a really effective band. So I have no complaints with it. It's not the same thing as a resistance band or something like that. It has no give. It's not rubber. So that is one thing to just make sure you're aware of, is that it's not the same thing as a resistance band.
So in other words, when you pull on it, whatever it's attached to is going to go with that pull.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any give there.
And that's what makes it so effective.
Okay, so it's obviously great if you're trying to get some extra stretching there.
Mm-hmm.
And the blocks, talk about those a little bit.
So those blocks, I've only really known that you do one thing with them. And for me, that's oversplits. So it's if you want to continue to deepen your stretch and your splits. But as you can see on the front of the box and things, you can do other things like push-ups and other hamstring stretches with them. And again, those I have no complaints. They're soft to the touch, but they don't sink in when you put weight on them, which is one thing I do like, that it's soft enough where it's not going to hurt your foot or any part of your body, but it's also firm enough that it's not going to sink in.
So it's like a hard foam, basically. Is
Yeah.
that right? Okay. And it didn't come with any instructions or suggested exercises, right?
No. So I had to think of them all.
Yeah, although you look online, you can find plenty of examples of those.
Yeah.
So overall, the price is certainly good. This is a pretty good price for a four-piece set like this. Overall, your verdict, if I hear you right, it sounds like you think the stretch band and the blocks are good. You think that the mat is maybe adequate, but not ideal, probably. Maybe better off getting a thicker mat if you can. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, so any final thoughts that you had on this set?
It's definitely good for the price. I think you can usually get just a yoga mat on someplace like Amazon for maybe in the teens to low 20s sometimes. So to get a mat for this price along with the other two items, technically three, is definitely a good deal. Because there's some mats that can go into like the 70s if you really know where to look.
Good to know.
And there are some stretch bands that, again, the priciest that I've seen them is $25.
Okay.
So definitely a good deal for what you're getting.
So this is, like I said, the Crane Fitness Complete Yoga Toning Kit. It is an Aldi find. It is $24.99, at least it was at the time that we made this video, and you can find it in your Aldi stores as long as your Aldi stores has them.